What do you mean? My time is up. I got stuff to do. I got bills to pay. I need to get my nails done. I need to get my hair. Oh, I forgot. I ain't got no hair, y'all. I forgot I ain't got no hair. But I still look good, though. Anyway, hi, my roses. Welcome back to Her Era in God. I cannot wait for this episode because y'all are going to be flabbergasted. Y'all going to be like, girl, wait. Yeah, okay. So, this episode, I have my notes, y'all. I didn't start to write notes because I want to make sure I hit every single target. Every single target, I want to hit bullseye. Okay? So, y'all, this episode is God told me to quit my job, and here's what I realized. So, yesterday, y'all, I was sitting alone in my room, and lately I have been very, very connected with God. And I've been loving it. Y'all just don't understand. Like, I cannot wait to like really pour myself out to this brand, Her Era in God, and She Rose From, because what God has shown me in like 1 month of me fully dedicating myself to Him, I can only imagine where I'm finna be in like 3 years, 5 years, 100 years. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at the sun, y'all. Okay, so y'all, this month, I keep saying last month. I don't know why I keep saying last month. Maybe because I was over the job like in last month. But this month is the month that I decided to quit my job completely. Mind you, y'all, my job was the love of my life. My job, y'all couldn't tell me nothing about my job. I was showing up there 30 minutes early. We're leaving. I was driving through traffic. I had to drive almost an hour every single day just to show up to that job. And it's crazy, right? Yeah. Also, I dealt with so many different things at that job. That job is really traumatic for me due to the fact that I put so much in and I never received nothing back. And I never expected to receive nothing back. And I think that is what really shows you who truly how your heart is when you do stuff out of the kindness of your heart, and it don't matter. But y'all, anyway, let's get off that topic, okay? So let's talk about how God told me to quit this job and how did it end up leading up to this point. Y'all, the wind blowing. I'm sorry if the phone moving and stuff. The wind is blowing. Maybe God is like, sister, let's get it popping. Let's talk about it. He excited. When I graduated high school, that was the same. After I graduated high school, I instantly went to school to become a CNA. And then mind you, y'all, when I was in CNA school, I didn't pay attention the whole class. And it was a free class. My mom, she motivated me to get through because she was like, it's a free class and you're going to get paid some good money. So you definitely need to invest in this class. So, I mean, not invest, but invest time, yeah. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll come, I'll go. I didn't learn nothing from the CNA class. Sorry, y'all. Don't think I'm ungrateful. I'm very grateful for the opportunity, but I'm just being honest from my own standpoint because I wasn't even focused. And the teacher, it was one time, I think it was the first meeting we had to do CPR. He was like, you came late, like you ain't even locked in for real. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm not locked in. How you know if I'm locked in, sir? You don't know that. Just because I'm coming in late don't mean that. Mind your business, okay? And I wasn't even that late. I was like maybe 10 minutes late, maybe 5 minutes late. I wasn't super duper late. I'm a very punctual person, okay? But anyway, so yeah, I didn't pay attention to CNA class, but somehow, when it was leading up to me taking my test, I studied that whole entire week, and I ended up acing both my tests. Mind you, there's people that I knew from the school that took the test 8 different times, 13 different times, and couldn't pass the test. And it was like, girl, how you passed the test and you really wasn't even studying for real? I was the one who was writing down the notes in the class. You wasn't. But y'all, I wasn't studying, and I could like I'm a very open book, and I'm real to the spiel. So yeah, I wasn't paying attention, and that's okay. I still made it through first try. Hi. But I think being a CNA is not only about you studying, but it's about what's inside of you, and I think that is what really pushed me to even really become a CNA, pass my test, all of the above, because yeah, it was just in me. My mama, she the head honcho when it comes to the health field in my life. My dad, he's the head honcho when it comes to truck driving. So it's like, if I wanted to be a truck driver, guess who I would go to? My dad. If I wanted to be a nurse, guess who I would go to? My mama. But I always knew that I didn't want to follow in my mama's footsteps, because that's not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to just follow in your parents' footsteps. Your parents is the, like, I don't know how to explain it, but y'all get it. I don't recommend nobody following in their parents' footsteps unless it's how they think, how they operate, how their mindset is. My mama, she's a very hard worker, and I feel like that is something that I picked up from her. My dad is very punctual. My dad is very intentional. He moves on time. He moves with intention. He talks with intention. So those are things that I would pick up from my parents, not their life choices, not their life path, because my life path is not going to be the same as my mom. God, he made each of us individually, and our paths and our purposes for this world is different. So I was like, okay. So yeah, I always knew that I didn't want to be a nurse. I knew I loved helping people, and helping people get through the hardest time of their lives, but I never ever was like, yeah, girl, you want to be a nurse. I was willing to, if that was what it had, if it came down to that, but at the end of the day, it wasn't something that I wanted to do. So let's see, y'all. Last night, me and God, we having a heart-to-heart conversation, and I end up, well, no, actually, me and God wasn't talking, but I was sitting in silence. I was meditating, and I started thinking about this resident that I love so dearly. His name was Robert, but everybody called him Bob. He was my baby. Bob was my baby. That man listened to me. He was like, oh, I love the way that you manage the place. He will always speak life into me every single time that I walked in the building. Mind you, he had dementia. So it's like, how are you speaking to me like this, Bob? And you're not all the way there. And I was like, okay, so it's something. It's something. And so I thought I was working just a job, but God was actually training my heart the whole time. A little backstory about me, y'all. Speaking today, I was thinking about my papa. I always think about him. Every time I think about God, I think about my papa, because my papa was a man of his faith. My papa was a man of his word. He was the blueprint of living your life on this earth for Christ. But anyway, I never used to like old people. Like, I feel like old people was just not yucky, but like just fragile. And that's the same, I'm not gonna say that's the same thing for babies, because I actually like babies, and kids are always drawn to me, but like, I just don't like I don't like how fragile they are, and because I feel like I'm gonna drop them or maybe hurt them or whatever the case may be. So I kind of felt like I'm okay with kids and with elderly people. I was like, I'm gonna stay with yeah. And yeah, so I was like, God, really, I don't like old people. I used to tell my mama that all the time. If it comes to old, I don't like it. But then I ended up taking care of them, fell in love with them. Now I'm an old person fanatic. I love old people, especially old people with dementia, Alzheimer's, all of them diseases, baby. Come, I'm your girl. I love them. Give me a hug. I love Alzheimer's, dementia patients. Them are my babies. I love them. ALS, anything that is a brain thing, I love them. I love taking care of them, and God placed me here to take care of them. Well, for a season, and it's always a season and a reason for the season. So y'all, fast forward, I'm working this job, and for some reason this month, I really haven't worked this month at all. If I'm being honest, I haven't worked this month at all. I probably only worked 2 days out of this whole month, because April 8th, I had an incident to where I almost passed out because I was in the building working alone. There was nobody there who could potentially help me, who have done the job before, who was there to assist me and help me. So I was literally having like an anxiety attack, because I'm like, how am I going to be able to carry all of this by myself? How am I going to be able to, handle these people and do this job by myself? But fast forward, it happened. I did it. But for the woman watching this, just because you can do it don't mean you should do it. And that is literally what God told me the second day it happened. Because it happened that on the 8th, and then I took a week off because I had to get my health in order, because I didn't know what was wrong with me. But a prophet said that God just wanted to make sure that I was checking in with myself, making sure my health inside was okay. And y'all, it was, my iron was so low. And iron is a very, very important thing to you operating. And then that Saturday, well, actually he told me, he was like, that we had to train people, I guess. And so I was, that whole other week, I wasn't there. Like, he was like, come back that Saturday so you can start training a new person. So I was like, okay, cool. God, thank you for blessing me with that week off and that other week off, because I definitely needed that. And my health, I took care of it. But fast forward, I come back to work. Y'all, tell me why they did the exact same thing again. Left me in that building by myself. And this time, it was actually nobody in the building. Like, the first time, it was people there, like agency or people who was working for the company. But this time, it was literally nobody. Nobody. And so, y'all, the day that I almost passed out, it was a nurse there, and I was helping the nurse. I was trying to get this person in the bed, make sure this person not on the floor falling or whatever the case may be, because these people all have illnesses, and you have to be able to watch and babysit them. And for somebody to do that, for a manager to do that to a great worker, it's mind-boggling, because people who have dementia and Alzheimer's, they are literally like the hardest people to take care of, especially if you have multiple people with that same illness. I'm not saying it's out of my capability to take care of them, but just because you can doesn't mean you should. Okay? So, yeah, y'all. So, fast forward, that Saturday that I come back to work, and I'm happy, y'all. I'm happy to come back to work. I'm praising the Lord. I'm there 30 minutes early, because y'all, they tried to say if we didn't make it to work by 5:45 p.m., we were still gonna start getting write-ups. So I'm like, boy, please. I ain't never had a write-up a day in my life at no job that I didn't work. And plus, baby, I'm the best worker there. So what you talking about? What you talking about? You gonna write me up? Get a life. Okay, y'all, let me stop. Because God, he delivered me from that. I forgive all of them. Like, it ain't no beef or nothing. I'm just speaking my testimony. But, so, I'm sitting in this setting, right? It happens again, and there's nobody there to work. And everybody leave, and I just start bawling. Like, I mean, boo-hooing, like, got my mom on the phone. Because she's a nurse, so she understands that. So I was like, Mama, what should I do? She was like, you need to put your 2 weeks notice in. You need to leave that job. I was like, mind you, my mom is a very hard worker, so she usually like, Diamond, you need to hang in there. You need to stick it out. Don't be a quitter. But this time she was like, you need to quit that job. And then before she even said it, I heard God say, your time is now. It's time to go. Move. I was like, God, you ain't got to tell me twice. I was finna run out the door. But I was like, I can't leave these people here by themselves. I was like, God, you ain't got to tell me twice. You ain't got to tell me twice. I'm finna go. Thank you. I'm finna go. And then, y'all, so, fast forward. The person who's supposed to work, he ended up coming. Mind you, y'all, this person, he came in. I asked him, mind you, I'm working with a man. I ain't even cut like that. Which, you leaving me alone at night with a man that I ain't never worked with, that I don't even know, that I didn't even know I was working with? What? And then you didn't even ask if it was okay for me to even change my partner. I've always worked with women. You didn't even ask me if it was okay. You just did it. I got it. I see what this is. So I was like, okay. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, me. Man come in, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, do I need to train you? Do you know what you're doing? He was like, yeah. So fast forward, it's time to put everybody in the bed. His people still sitting on the couch. What are you doing? What are you doing? These people go to sleep. People with dementia, Alzheimer's, baby, they sundowning by 5 p.m. It's time to put them in the bed. Let them go to sleep. Let them rest. Because I am responsible. Let me tell y'all what I'm responsible for. I'm responsible to make sure everybody's safe. I'm responsible to make sure everybody in the bed. I'm responsible to make sure everybody meds pass. I'm responsible to check on everybody, make sure they're not on the floor. I'm responsible for the phone calls that's coming in from the people's families. I'm responsible for. You see how much stuff I'm responsible for? The list go on and on. But when you have a good working partner, y'all both got the list. So it's 50-50. But if you ain't got nobody working, then who you working with? Girl, please. I don't need. Yuck. Okay, y'all. Anyway, so the whole point of this story is God telling me that my time was up at this job. And I'm like, what do you mean my time is up? I got stuff to do. I got bills to pay. I need to get my nails done. I need to get my hair. Oh, I forgot. I ain't got no hair, y'all. I forgot I ain't got no hair. But I still look good, though. Anyway. But yeah. So, but I can get a wig. I can get a little bust down. Middle part. Side part. Updo. Little slick back. But yeah, y'all. You did not, this is what I wrote. You did not understand why you became a CNA. You prayed to pass and you didn't feel prepared. I wasn't prepared at all. I wasn't. But so moving forward, I remember we going back to Bob. Let's bring Bob back into the story. Bob was one of my closest residents, and he had severe dementia to where he would never sit down. He always wanted to be up walking. He always wanted to do this. He always wanted to do that. He always wanted to do this. He always wanted to do that. So guess what I'm doing? I'm right behind him. All right, Bob. All right. Where else we going? What else we doing? You know what I'm saying? And I remember when Bob got sick, and he had like a lot of film and mucus in his throat, and he just kept coughing it up. Mind you, nobody, this is really why I'm done working in the healthcare field, because nobody sees these people as human beings with human decency. They treat these people like they're literally a price tag, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. So what I recommend for anybody watching this video, if you do not have 24-hour surveillance watch on your family member, do not put your family member in no type of home unless it's in your house. And even then, you need to have 24-hour surveillance. You need to get cameras. You need to do something, because these people in this healthcare field in this generation, baby, they demonic. They are demonic. And then, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret about this dude that I even started working with. Okay, but let's talk about my baby Bob. So Bob, he was very, very sick, and we used to make hot tea for him overnight because we love our people. We poured into our people. So we would make him tea so the film could kind of go down and he could be able to talk. He could be able to, not cough all that stuff up all the time. Like, it was to the point to where he would cough, and he would barely not even be able to breathe. That's actually how he passed away. He ended up like coughing and choking on his own film, and it was just so much that it literally, like, I don't know, like, it was like it exploded inside of him. Like he literally just filled up with this mucus in this film. And so fast forward, Bob, he's sick, and I'm holding his hand, and I'm telling Bob, I'm like, Bob, do you know Jesus Christ? Do you know he's your Lord and Savior? And I prayed over him, and he held my hand. I was holding his hand, And he literally said, amen. And he ended up accepting Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior before he passed away. And even after that prayer, I could tell that he kind of was at peace and he could guide through the process of him passing away. That was another thing, y'all. I used to take care of people who was on hospice, so in a life care. And yeah, so it made his transition much easier and much smoother. And I remember when he was passing away, I was the one who was there for him. I stayed with him literally the whole entire night. I put all my people in the bed, had them drying everything, and then I stayed in Bob's room the whole entire night up until his passing. And I was just trying so hard. I remember I was trying so hard to save his life. Like, I was trying everything. I was literally praying to God. I was like, Jesus, I don't know what to do. I've never done this before. I've never dealt with this before. I don't know what to do. And Bob, I remember Bob literally grabbing my hand, and he took his last breath. He was literally like, chill out. My time is here. And he passed away. Y'all, I completely lost it. I broke down. And there were so many other people that I took care of, that I loved, and that I dedicated my whole entire life to. Because even though I knew for a fact that me being a CNA wasn't my end-all be-all, I treated it like it was. If you've known me, you would know that that was what I was locked into. My patients, my residents, you can ask anybody that I have ever took care of, and they're gonna tell you the exact same. You could ask their family, you could ask them, you could ask my family, because I'm always calling my family, telling them about what my job did, or what the resident need, or whatever the case may be. It was always me stepping in. And so the realization that I had is I wasn't just working. I was loving on people, and God was training my heart. He was training my spirit. Before I could speak life in 2000s, he taught me how to hold space for one person. And that is so true. Dedicate time and effort and speak life into just one person. So now I'm gonna make you a speaker for many nations. Wow, ain't that deep? Ain't that deep? And y'all gonna see it before y'all eyes. I literally, y'all, the day that I decided to put my 2 weeks notice in, because me even putting my 2 weeks notice in was hard, because I'm like, I'm not giving up. That means that I'm giving up on the people that I care for. That means that I'm giving up on my job. That means I'm giving up on my future. That means I'm giving up on my money. That means I'm giving up. And I don't do that unless I feel like in my heart that it's something that I don't align with. But this is something that I align with. So I was like, no, I'm not giving up. Even though God told me to move, I was like, no. So I ended up not giving up. I ended up saying, okay, God, I surrender. Because I was already dropping everything already. I was dropping the weed. I was dropping the alcohol. I was dropping the secular music. I was dropping the cussing. I dropped everything. I dropped my scalp, my hair, because I was putting it over God. And I'm beautiful without the hair. And I don't really wanted the hair. My hair been growing. I've been cutting it right off. So the hair ain't the issue. It's your self-esteem. And you're using that hair to cover up that self-esteem issue. And when you cut off that hair and you embrace what your face look like, and what your mind look like, and what your vocal cords and how your teeth look like, then you start to eventually start loving yourself. Your hair don't make you love yourself. God makes you love yourself. You make you love you. God makes you love you. Y'all work together as a team, and you become one person that I'm like, who is she? Who is she? Who is she? But y'all, so yeah, I didn't want to seem like a quitter, but my assignment was finished. My assignment was done. I feel like deep in my soul that God really truly seen what I was going through at that job, and he was like, okay, your time is up. Now I can bless you and put this in the lap of you because I know how your heart is anchored. I've seen how you managed this building. I've seen how you held it all together even when you wanted to fall apart. I've seen how you spoke life into other people even when you didn't have life to speak into yourself. Because mind you, y'all, while I was working this job, I didn't know who I was. So I'm showing up for them, but I don't even know who I am. I'm not even showing up for the people that I love at my house. The people that's around me that I love. I didn't even know how to love nobody else except for my job and the people that I took care of in the way that they needed me to take care of them. So, with that being said, I dedicated my life to this. My time, my effort, all of the above I dedicated. And my heart was anchored in the right place. Right? Nothing is wasted. Every season is for preparation. You may feel unqualified, but God is still working. He is always working. My God don't ever sleep. I don't know about the God that you serve, but I know the God that I serve, Jesus Christ. He don't ever sleep. God sees all. He knows all. Okay? And if you are a kingdom citizen in the heavens, trust God is going to back you 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. He's standing 10 toes down behind his daughter, behind his king, behind his son, behind his queen. 10 toes. My Father is standing behind me because I'm in alignment with him. And that brings me peace. That brings me peace. And that is why I'm okay right now without having a job that I felt like if I lost, I was going to lose everything. Look at me. I think right now, y'all, I look better than I have ever looked. I think I feel better than I have ever felt. I think I speak better than I have ever spoke. All of the above. God did a whole 360 on me. And it's only getting better. It's only getting better. My Father. And it's going to be more testimonies to come because I know my Father finna show out. But yeah, y'all. So, yeah. I just want to let y'all know that God sees you. He sees you. He knows you. He loves you. And all you got to do is surrender. And God is going to he's going to provide the rest. All you have to do is give him you, and he's going to provide the rest. He's going to give you far more than what you could ever imagine or what you could ever think or even fathom. Because God's mind not like ours. He made us in his image, but God don't think like us. He don't move like us. He don't operate like us. God is already 50 million steps ahead of us. Then already got this world planned out. Already know what's gonna happen. Already know what he got set out for you. You know what I'm saying? So you need to have your heart in the right place and anchored in the right God. Not the devil. Because it's a lot of devils out here. It's a lot of devils. Like I said, the healthcare field. It makes me sick. I done seen the worst of the worst. I done seen it, so I seen it. That's probably why they let me go, y'all. That's probably why they let me go, because this is exactly how I was gonna be talking once I left. But y'all, did I tell y'all? Let me tell y'all about the 2 weeks, because I didn't bounce all over the place in this video, but it's okay. Y'all gonna get it. It's gonna go together. But I put my 2 weeks notice in, y'all. And then tell me why the manager called me, right? Y'all, I get ready at 4. I really leave at 4. I started leaving at 4 o'clock and being on my way to work so I can make sure I make it there by 5:45. My manager called me at like 5:15, and told me that I didn't have to worry about coming back. And he was like, it has nothing to do with your work ethic. It was just a business move. What do you mean? What do you mean? But I was like, I came out here in this sanctuary, in this peace. I came out here. I didn't say nothing. I sat in complete silence. Complete silence and complete peace. And I said, whatever, God, in my head, this is what I said. I said, God, whatever you're doing, I trust you. whatever you are doing, I trust you. Despite me understanding anything, despite me knowing anything, despite me anything, I trust God's word that he gave me. So I'm gonna say this last thing and I'm gonna be out, y'all. God was intentional then, and he will continue to be intentional now. Do not ever forget that we serve a very, very intentional God. He loves us. He honors us. He literally made us in his image, in his likeness. That means we got character traits as him. That means we can learn him and develop his character traits if we don't have the character traits. That means we have full access to him. That means that we got authority, dominion. Do you know what that means? To make that, the fact that God thought, I want to make my children on this planet in my image. The devil thought he had me, but I got away. That's facts. God conquered the enemy, conquered the devil. We think the resurrection was just Jesus dying on the cross so we can do whatever we want. But that ain't what it is. That ain't what it is. Okay? That ain't what it is. But y'all, I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole. I love you. I pray that you stay prayed up, stay bossed up, and have a good day. And praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, because he is risen. Cause I got away. Yeah, y'all. So I quit my job. Bye, y'all.